Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
You better get ready for the Fart Carnival. It's a Fart Carnival.
We're ready. My first thing, because I'm like, what are those?
Ski pants.
Is that for like winter specifically that you're going out?
I got them for when we went skiing that one time.
Mm-hmm. You didn't wear them though, didn't you? Wear jeans?
No, I wore them.
Oh, I thought you wore.
No,
like,
I would
jeans.
never ski in jeans. I think not even from like.
You learned Irish football in jean shorts.
Yeah, but the thought I don't even wear jeans on planes.
No, who does? People that wear like
Soder does.
I guess people that go straight to meetings or like straight, people that are like in real businesses when they go straight from plane to office and they're like, I gotta look like I have been en route. I'm like, I am who that guy from the government was talking about of like, dress nicer, you pig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, I guess it kind of doing that might trick your mindset a little bit.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You might be in a work hard, play hard mindset. I didn't take a shower today, so my fucking hair sucks ass.
Don't bring attention to it. I think
You're
it
right.
looks good.
You're
I think
right.
It's good. Sometimes when you have a little grease in it, it shapes nicely.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, I just think maybe it like tricks your brain to like be like, I'm working and I'm a worker and I'm going to my hotel and I'm writing, not jerking off and going to sleep.
I'm such a child that I won't wear pants without zipper pockets. Like, I'm still on that same, 11-year-old thing of, if I take my hands out of my pockets, my belongings will spring everywhere like they're Jack in the Box.
Oh, yeah, I hate that. And I hate the, did you ever used to wear, you played basketball, so you know what I'm talking about, but the button-down thing.
Pants,
the
buddy.
tearaway
There's
pants.
nothing better on earth.
I know, but when you're, because I never played any
come
sports,
like that, by
but
the way.
my mom had bought me, those pants to just wear around school, and I was kind of as the day would go, more buttons were.
Here, honey, regular pants aren't quite closing on you. We'll have ones with infinite buttons.
She used to dress me really like urban. I wore FUBU when I was in middle school.
Well, she thought
something.
she was marrying a real Tyrone.
Anyway, everybody, welcome to Fart Carnival.
Your favorite podcast to talk all things modern arts and culture. And science. And, we break down topics one episode at a time, and that seemed to enrage quite a few of you.
You just don't understand how intellectual we are, and that's fine.
I did really enjoy the one person who was, who I think they DM'd me this as well, but they were like, I've never listened to an hour-long something on a topic and learned, and actually came out of it knowing less than I ever knew before. And I was like, that is kind of the goal.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're going for. Anyway, so you know what I've been watching at night? You're going to love this.
Okay.
I have been watching a YouTube channel called I Shouldn't Be Alive. Have you ever watched that show? It was definitely some show on whatever the same network, Forensic Files is on.
Yeah.
And because it's
Tales of
cookie cutter, or not cookie cutter. It's meat and potatoes. This is something that happened. We're going to act it out and then have the guy with a black screen behind him being like, shit was crazy.
Right.
Having the actual guy. Yeah. And I watched this dude. The first one I watched. I've actually been killing it with YouTube nightly things. I'm getting my I'm consuming.
Yes.
At night to decompress because of such a hard life I have.
Oh, everything's so tense.
Oh.
It's just work.
Oh, my God. I pick up the pen for 15 minutes.
15.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it's whenever it comes to me.
I'm not like a sit-down writer. I'm via inspiration. I must get struck by lightning for me to work, and don't interrupt my process.
Right, even though all the... But so as I'm decompressing at night and before I go to bed, obviously, I've been watching all these. I started watching all last night. I was watching Kenny versus Spenny. You ever watch that show?
No, I've heard of it though.
Dude,
wasn't that guy around for a while?
I'm so late on this show. I've heard their names before and all that stuff, and I'm like, Kenny versus Spenny. It was always kind of like when I heard Kenny versus Spenny, I also heard like Ron and Fez.
Yeah.
So I was always like, not in the same sentence, but that's where it went in my head. And I was like, oh, okay, so there are these guys from Canada, and they're kind of personalities or whatever.
Were they radio guys?
I don't know much about them.
Okay.
Like that's what I thought. I was like, they're radio guys or something. Like I'm not looking. I'm just not. No one's like, look this shit up. They were just like, oh, Kenny versus Spenny? And I'm like, no, maybe kind of. And they're like, oh, okay. So I'm on YouTube last night, and I see Kenny versus Spenny.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, oh, yeah, I know these guys. And the name of the episode is Who Can Stay Up the Longest? And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I click it, and that's the show. They're competing with each other in like shit, like ways that aren't like, they're not like, oh, this is gonna be a huge production. They literally have to go like, okay, what can we work with in this room? Like they stayed up for 88 hours.
Holy
each
shit.
of them. And one was like taking caffeine pills and like drinking, and the other guy was like, I'm just gonna do it, like I'm gonna go for walks and stuff like that. Another one was who can gain the most weight in a week.
Nice. Are they basically the same kind of body shape? Can you pull up a picture of these guys?
No. I mean, they look like, dude. First of all, it's 2002.
Yeah.
So it's that aesthetic, that fashion and stuff, which I'm like, holy shit, like this is like a museum.
Similar
of
to
this
this
stuff.
show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
put a jersey on me. I know. And they did another one, and they're like, so they have that vibe, but like they're also just like, they look like
they're
fucking
two skinny guys.
They were on Real Ass Podcast once upon a time. I met them.
That's
really?
right.
Yeah, in probably 2022 or something.
Well, there
like
was
that.
something happened, right? There's a potential cancellation or a Me Too or
Buddy,
something like that.
They
I don't
are.
remember.
I watched this show, and I'm like these guys. I'll say this because I could see that, I guess, because
Sure.
the humor.
I don't know which one, by the way. I just and it would be lovely if we could Google that just to make me look like less of an asshole. But I don't want to accuse somebody of something.
No, of course not. But also like, they're just, the humor is the humor of that time of like, it felt very like loosey goose before the tightening happened.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Where they're like, this is sweeter than Eva Braun's tits or something like that. And I'm like, that's such a Eva Braun's tits is like, okay, a Hitler joke with some that, like just shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
is there any good, like, are there good like body pictures of Eva Braun? I don't think I've ever even like.
Yeah, let's look.
I don't know if I've seen a single picture of her. Like, if
I don't know
if they showed you
like
10 historical women in a lineup, would you be able to pick Eva Braun out?
Definitely not. She's like how you can't even really pick out the fourth Destiny's Child. You know what I mean? You're like I couldn't pick her out.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh man.
Damn. Does anyone look more Jewish than her?
Yeah.
There's got to be something
one?
to that. What?
I mean, she looks intense, I suppose, but that I guess makes sense. Man, she had to be just the ultimate cosign broad. Like anything he was bringing home, she was like, yes.
Hey, can I ask something? Where does all the money that's going to Gas Digital go? Because this thing is fucking always broken. This is such an obvious
Brendan was close to snapping, and this was about to happen.
This company is like, okay, I think I got it. No, this is good. Oh fuck, I made it go down. Don't even
move.
I got it.
Don't move.
This is like, I gotta handle my own shit. You know what I mean?
There you go. Be self-sufficient. Maybe that's the kind of company that we're with, is they're actually doing this to build you as a man.
That would make sense. Or they're doing some weird thing where they're like, what would help with that? Body brain.
Yeah.
That would really help get that mic stand working.
You need to suck down some ashwagandha.
Drink some of that. Yeah, so I was just laughing, dude, because they are funny and it was making me laugh. But like when I watched I was like, oh, okay, who can stay up the longest? That's pretty crazy. They're 22 minutes, by the way. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'll watch that. And I'm like, this is fucking nuts. They're just being dudes. And then I was like, okay. And then the next one I saw was who can stand Just stand for the longest.
And
they're like, yeah, whenever. Whoever stops standing. I was just like, what is this, dude? This is fucking
How long
hilarious.
did they last standing? Because dude, I just agreed to a weekend where the Saturday has 3 shows, and I've done that before. And by the end of the third, this is the age I'm at. I think this has been for a long time though. And I said this to you before the show, but I think I just store all of my, repressed molestations in my hips or something because they're just constantly hurting all the time. So by the end of that third show, I am going to be an invalid.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine how long did they last standing up?
3 days.
3 days standing.
Well, here's what happened. Was Spenny, I'm gonna say, was the one who he's kind of like the straight shooter guy. Mm-hmm. He's like fucking Kenny is always cheating. I'm playing this straight. He was the one that was like
did not take caffeine pills.
He didn't take caffeine pills and shit. And Kenny's like leaning on shit, and he goes, "You can't lean. That's leaning.
Yeah,
we are standing.
Yeah.
He's wearing a corset." The other guy, Spenny. He's wearing a corset because he's like
to tighten his core.
To tighten his core. He's like, okay, this'll last
cheating.
me, whatever. Yeah, so they ended up both cheating.
That's like the
way.
machine Mac makes out of the leg braces.
Yeah.
For the dance.
So they ended
competition.
up sleeping hanging. They would set a thing up and get into a thing and sleep like standing up but hanging. They're like, we got like 2 hours tops. Like he's like,
my God.
they were like, that was so painful. Now they're walking around and shit. It's incredible. It's an incredible watch. And
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did he die right away, Jesus, when he got crucified? Because
he lasted 3 days.
Well, that made me think.
Oh no, he didn't.
No, he came back 3 days later.
3 days later. How long did he last?
Because I know it's like, I guess at that point it's kind of not sleeping, it's fading in and out of consciousness. But like, if that lasts, that just made me think of that, of like coming to and being like, what the fuck?
And they have so many episodes.
Could you imagine waking up being crucified?
Yeah, you're just like, oh,
crazy
fuck.
dream. What the fuck?
You probably never really sleep. Your nails it probably hurt so bad that you're like, I'm just fucking, I can't, and then maybe pass out for a second. Then you're
Yeah, your whole body has to be completely on fire, I would assume.
Damn, dude, they really.
There's no way you could even. You can't really use reference pain to imagine it because there's nothing that comes close.
What if the government is lying to us about what if the government is lying to us about what the past was? And I know that's such a crazy thing to say.
Right. Go ahead. You're onto something. Careful, you might stumble onto accuracy.
What if, because like there's so much torture and all this stuff, and you almost look at people in the past as animals compared to what we are, which is not even that true. I mean, we're pretty close to the, if you know what I'm saying, government. But like with torture and stuff, you go, did they just not have like people who gave a shit? Or like, was there no one going like, oh, fuck, like, I can't do this. Like that's.
I'm sure there were people, but as you are currently seeing in modern day,
right.
you can get away with a lot of things if you just do them.
Right. But were there protests and stuff?
No, because I mean that it was even quicker to punish. I don't know.
But like, say, okay, we're walking right, and there was just a guy.
Are you meaning back in the beginning of civilization? Because this is. I hope you know, Jesus's crucifixion did not happen under the watchful eye of the United States government.
Yes, it was the Israelis. No, but like any time where
it was actually the Guineas.
Was it
the Romans?
We're gonna have to bleep that, I think.
Guineas?
Yeah, that's a slur.
No way. I quit comedy if we have to.
Just say guinea pigs. And
we'll just keep saying
they won't
pigs.
Pick it up.
How is that better?
We'll just keep calling them pigs.
How is that better? Yeah, we'll call them sauce rodents.
So Jesus got fucked up by the pigs.
Pontius Pilate.
Well,
I used to have to sing that song for company when I was a kid.
What's that?
So if you are the Christ, you're the great Jesus Christ. Prove to me that you're divine. Change my water into wine. I literally was like
100%
that
a
for
slave
company.
song. 100%. I mean, the day I figured out Zip-A-Dee-Do-Dah was not only a slave song.
What?
Zip-A-Dee-Do-Dah. Zip-A-Dee-Do-Dah.
Right.
That is
about Chinese people?
No. No. That's funny, but no. I mean, maybe. I don't know. What it was, it's a slave song, and it's not only a slave song, but it was a song written, if I know my history, written by people who were pro-slavery so that they can change so they could show slaves singing that and show that they liked being a slave because they're going, my, oh my, what a wonderful day.
Gotcha.
Plenty of sunshine. And they're like putting cotton and stuff. And I think I'm right about that, but I'm not sure. And that, my friends, is one of the many reasons they got rid of Splash Mountain.
But how are they showing people? Like, what do you mean? They were
there was
people that would visit their conditions, like their plantations?
No, it was all on TV and stuff. It was like
TV?
Disney. Disney
In
was
slavery?
doing it. Yes. If you go to, you're making me now.
No, I'm
unsure.
Well,
because
as
I'm not
far as
100% sure.
You didn't broadcast this, nor were the owner. So you're but a conduit to misinformation. But I'm trying to find out what you mean. So they wrote this. Disney wanted to reflect back on slavery as not that bad.
Yes,
now that I'm hearing
he's right.
I'm right.
Okay, I'm not trying to discount. I'm trying to clarify.
I interpreted that as it was a song for slaves originally, and
Me
I was
too.
going to correct you on that. It's not, but what you said is exactly right. It's that it's for Song of the South.
Song of the South. So Song of the South was the Disney movie that they made that people, it's another thing that people go like, it's not very
It's
good.
a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It's not on Disney Plus.
I do not think you
I
can
think
get
it
Song of
has
the...
like a warning at the front of it.
Dude, so
What?
many of them do. You put on Peter Pan, and it's like, guys, we don't really mean that about Native Americans.
Yeah.
Like we fucked up.
We should put a pre-warning on ours that's,
Fart Carnival.
that's just
This
like...
might be historically inaccurate.
Yeah, just going like, we don't know what we're going to apologize for right now, but we're sorry.
Yeah, our bad.
Our bad.
Our bad.
Our bad. Yeah, so it's a racist song, and that's why Splash Mountain is there. And now it's the Toad movie.
Splash
ride.
Mountain used to run off of Zip-A-Dee-Do-Dah.
So Splash Mountain,
Yeah, break it down.
Splash Mountain was a ride that was a flume is what they call it, a flume ride, and it was a dark ride, and it was a flume ride, and you would go through, and it would tell the story of Brer Rabbit. Going away from home. It's kind of fucked up that he goes away from home and he's looking for an adventure. He's got his little fucking vagabond bag.
Yeah.
And he's like, but, and here's the thing, all the characters talk like they're Louisiana slave owners. They're like, well, now, I can't wait to explore the new horizon and get away from home and shit like that.
Yeah.
And while he's running away, there is two villain characters, kind of look like us. It's called like Brer Fox and Brer Bear. If you could pull them up, that is us. We are Brer Fox and Brer Bear. If I was just a little bit taller, I think. And
you're good.
they're going, well, we got to catch that rabbit. And they're like trying to get the rabbit and everything. And it takes you through all this really cool stuff, tells the story, and then they capture the rabbit, and he tricks them. He goes,
This is a water ride?
This is a water ride, yeah.
I feel like I rode this when I was a kid, but I don't remember any of this story being told.
Oh, well, it's a fantastic
Parents were probably
tale.
putting their
they're
fingers
like
over my ears.
Yeah, they're going like this, and they're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah. That's us right there.
Oh yeah.
And Brer Rabbit is on top. So as you're going up the thing, they catch Brer Rabbit in so you go down this cool thing. So you go down, and it's this black like a black light room.
Yes.
And there's a bunch of bees and everything, and it's really cool. And that's where they catch Brer Rabbit.
Okay.
And they put him in a hive. And
when's the last time you were on this ride?
I memorized. I've taken this ride so many times. At one point, when me and my sister were at Disney, not one of the last, but when my whole family went before the unpleasantness of everyone breaking up.
Yes.
We all went to Disney World, and there was a time there where you could stay until midnight if you wanted to. So my parents left, and they were like, "We're gonna go back to the hotel." So me and my sister.
Oh yeah, you guys were like 28.
Probably, yeah.
You were old, right, when you went?
I went. The last time I went, I was like 28. But before that, I think it was early 20s. I'm just trying to get the facts straight here.
I know. Some people heard me say that and they're like, "Man, Mike's like trying to be mean or something."
No.
It's like,
Mike,
that's accurate.
Mike is 100% right.
You're still allowed to stay till midnight, I'm pretty sure.
That's amazing. And so me and my sister were staying till midnight, and it just wasn't busy. So we just kept riding. We would go from Splash Mountain to Thunder Mountain. I tried to do a joke about Thunder Mountain too, because the intro is very funny, because it's a guy who is like, well, welcome. Hey, everybody. Thanks for riding Thunder Mountain. Please keep all arms and vehicles. He goes, howdy, folks. And then he's like, please keep all arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Thank you. And then, so he's this like, oh, this fucking guy. And then they tried to do it again in Spanish, which made me laugh, because it was like, hola, amigos. Shit like that. I tried to do a bit about it.
That was the bit, is just the English to Spanish.
Just saying what happened.
Yeah.
And then going...
Not a huge
anyway,
swath
so your checks are coming
of
out.
People in New York, New York Comedy
Yeah, they're
Club.
like,
I was just on that ride.
So niche, bro. Like, please say.
You're in your fucking 800 Mickey Mouses on a t-shirt.
Yeah. I'm like, I have like a Mickey Mouse hat with a
You're goofy.
yeah. I have a goofy build hat.
Folks, I can't believe you don't. Get
I should
this.
do a whole hour on Disney.
It would be
TBH.
awesome, actually.
I think that would be fucking
and
sick.
call it Disney Adult, buddy. If you don't sell that to Hulu, you should then close up shop.
Yeah. Disney Adult. What's up?
That is
It's
great
a whole new
idea.
world. Disney would be on my ass, dude.
No, they would. I don't think so, because if you're talking about it from a personal perspective and how inappropriate it is for you to be into it, but therefore it's but also how it's ageless, and they as a corporation prey on nostalgia. So they're kind of the guiltiest corporation of mixing and mingling creepy adults with hopeful children that's out there. You know what I mean?
But
they really are.
Yes, you're so
They're
right about
combining
that.
the poisons.
And I wonder if that is more malicious than them just trying to be like, here at Disney World, we just want everybody to be connected with their child.
It's not malicious. It's we want all y'all's money.
Yeah.
we
of
we
course.
want 100% from zero to death your dollars.
Their security is like, they have like Assassin's Creed style, assassins like walking around being like, if you do anything wrong, they're like, they like grab your.
Yep. Well, that's why you see the people that fight,
Sleep.
like the videos of the people that fight at Disney World, and you're like, you might as well have pointed a gun at the president. Like you're out of your mind trying to get
stupid.
You're gonna get a felony in Florida, dude.
I would rather be on the no-fly list of every airline than be thrown out of
you
Disney
personally,
World. Yeah,
you're banned in Tokyo too. You're just like, what the fuck?
They're leading you out. They have a gun, but it's under a Mickey Mouse glove, and so it's going like this. Yeah, so that ride, it has Zip-A-Dee-Do-Dah in it. So Brer Rabbit, just to finish.
Just to tie a bow.
Just to tie the bow on the story. I know you guys are all wondering what happened to Brer Rabbit. But as he's in the hive thing, he goes, oh, he uses reverse psychology on these fucking morons. And he goes, don't throw me in that briar patch. Oh. And then the big guy goes, briar patch? And then he takes you, essentially, you're in the vlog film, you're going up, and then he goes, throws you guys in, and it goes, and then you turn a corner, literally, and it's a bunch of chickens and ducks, and they're all on this, like, Louisiana boat.
Purchase.
Like the big boat. They're all on the Louisiana. They're on this white big boat.
Yeah, the boat like how Maverick plays the last poker event on. Yeah, it's got the wheel that spins with the water.
And they're going Zip-A-Dee-Do-Dah, and everyone's singing it. Like it's all
that
around.
Sounds magical.
It's the best.
I mean, you could probably change that to be non-slavey.
And they did. They recently
but
changed it.
They lost the song.
Yeah, well, they lost the song. They lost the characters. The whole thing's different.
Right. I just feel like you could probably, just zhuzh up the story to be a little
less. You know what they'll say to you? Anybody who comes to them at our age going, why didn't you just take the thing and the da-da-da-da-da-da?
Or just not do anything.
Hey, bud, you're not going to be around very often. You're not going to give a shit what we do.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But also, I think it's cool if they keep it. You know what I mean? So I've been thinking about this because I lost my thought. God damn it. But just like the idea of teaching something through that, Harry Potter, that's where I was going to connect this to, is I like that the second Harry Potter book, which I'm almost done with my son, I like that.
What's
like
that? The
Chamber
the
of Secrets.
Chamber of Secrets.
Mudblood.
You're
and,
into
like,
it.
You do. I'm into it. Yeah, of course I am.
Did you watch Harry Potter when you were younger?
No.
Oh,
No,
that's
because I missed it.
awesome.
I think I was too old or just not into it.
Yeah.
And I also, then when I babysat my next door neighbor in high school, I read it to him when he was a kid. But I think I read a chapter, if that.
Yeah.
And then this time we read the first book, and now we're almost done with the second book.
That's amazing, dude.
It's so fun. I'm having a great time with the voices.
Yeah,
It's really great. It's hard to do the voices because the way she writes, she hides who says the sentences, so sometimes it fucks you up.
Oh, so you have to go back and be like,
Yeah,
Actually, that's Hagrid.
actually, I said that.
Yeah, oh, that wasn't.
I would love to watch it reenacted with different actors. Harry, where are you going? Said Gringo or whatever the fuck it is.
Sometimes it's me like sipping a THC seltzer, reading it, and I just forget
this
that I'm
is
even.
amazing.
Yeah, I forget that I'm reading it out loud, and I just go ahead in my head.
Well, that and so what are you going to say about?
So the point
changing
being
and all that?
is like I like how Harry Potter kind of introduces racism without without kind of, including reality.
Yeah.
And so it's almost a gentle step into like, hey, people could judge people based on that. And my son inherently was like, that's bullshit. And I was like, it is bullshit.
Great.
And so I just think that something like that, escaping and granted, it's a horrible history, a horrible part of our country.
Yeah.
But it's like, why is learning bad? Why is learning about it and also hope for escape and hope for a better life and all that stuff? I don't know.
I agree.
I'm a big gay guy, you know?
I agree, which is why when it comes to Tom Sawyer, keep the N-words in there, you know? But, and also the same thing with Harry Potter, because those things are, books, I guess, and they're, cultural phenomenons.
Did you say Harry Potter are books, I guess?
Yeah. But this ride, I look at it from a business point of view. They go, look, no one gives a fuck about Brer Rabbit. It's not Disney World with Brer Rabbit.
Yeah. I'm fighting a pointless argument. And it's not even really, I'm just batting around an idea here where it's like, is that necessarily a bad thing that people find out the truth?
Yeah. No, I agree, and it's
because eventually this is how things get fucked up, and you're doomed to repeat the same thing over and over again. Is you nerf everything, and then years and decades and 100 years down the line, it doesn't seem all that bad, so you just fucking do it again.
Right.
You know,
time is just a flat circle.
Time is a flat circle.
Time's just a flat
Man, I really
circle.
want to watch True Detective season 1 again and just watch those.
I just watched it for the
shapeless
first
brothers
time.
and sisters being like, we ain't made flowers for weeks.
I feel like I know that it had to be one season, but the end I feel just like came too quick. I was like, come on, man. I was like,
I think it's perfect.
I wanted to see this really play out. I wanted this to be like, I wanted him to get away. You know what I mean?
Perfect. I mean, granted, I haven't watched it in a long time. So speaking of watching things and just general winter, right now, as this comes out, I think this is coming out this Monday.
No, the following.
Oh, okay. So this
we
is
have the
the
poop
week
episode.
after the big snowstorm.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to be having to drive. We're pre-recording because I'm on the road this weekend. I'm leaving tomorrow, and then it starts Sunday into Monday.
Damn.
And you get ranging reports from people. This is the thing of literally everybody's gonna die. I mean, people like this is a once in a 2-century storm.
Is that what they're saying?
There's some people that are like 20 inches, 30. I can't even fathom what the damage is gonna be. And then other people are like, it might miss New York. Like the Carolinas kind of seem like they're gonna be fucked. But I'm driving from Maryland, so that's definitely
you're right in there.
I'm just like gonna be riding.
You're gonna
the
be
squall
right
all the
in
way
there.
home.
What's so bad about snow anyway? You know
It's
what
hard
I mean?
to drive in.
Yeah, it's hard to drive in. So just get a bunch of groceries, hang the fuck out, let it just hit it, and then melt.
In Baltimore?
No,
I'm gonna take up
you
residence.
Can't. I'm talking to myself. Essentially,
it's just gonna be me in Fells Point with a fucking yellow cap.
I'm kind of excited, and I don't know if that's tone deaf to say. I'm excited about this snowstorm.
Why is that tone deaf?
It kills 1 million people. I go, take that down, take that down, take that off. As far as I know, just because I get to fucking chillax. I think.
This was Brendan, March 14th, 2020.
Yeah.
I'm excited for a little time off.
I'm excited.
You know, rest.
Right. It's
been such a grind.
9/10/2001.
Yeah, I just want the world to stop.
Yeah.
So, but what I was going to ask you, what year were you born?
98. No, I'm just kidding. 91.
Okay. That would have really upset me. I don't know
2001.
why. So 98 or 91.
91.
So were you conscious? Like, you're alive, obviously. You're 5. I don't know if you remember it, but do you remember the blizzard of 96?
Kind of. I remember it being huge because I was a little kid.
Do you remember going outside? Do you remember any part of it being like really exciting? Because I think most of the excitement probably came from like school-age children.
Yeah, I remember there being a big snowstorm. I don't know what year or whatever. I just remember walking out of my front door and there was like a wall like this.
Yeah.
So I was either really tiny or something, but I was like walking through this like wall of ice and shit.
Dude.
Awesome.
We had such a fun time during that because kids just took over my entire block. I was living next to Nicole at the time, so I literally already lived next to my wife. My best friend Timmy lived 2 doors behind me. A couple kids lived down the way, and we ended up we were going all over the place. We were building forts, trying to sleigh ride, but it was too deep to even do that. Like, you just completely burrow. So it was mostly like, you're almost like a Hasidic. You're like, hey, we're under Crown Heights. Let's figure out a system.
Right. You just get to you become gerbils.
Yeah, we were digging holes and mazes. We went to my friend
That's so
Pat's
fun.
house, and we were jumping off the second story of his roof and just landing in snow, like powder. And I remember, I jumped, my friend Timmy jumped, my friend Pat jumped, and his younger brother Kevin was like, my turn. And he jumped, and he just landed right on top of his little Tykes house that was completely buried in snow. And he just his back just splayed out. I mean, he was, thank God he was a kid, because if he was an adult, he would be
done.
probably in a chair for the rest of his life. But he just completely fucked himself up. That to me is that's one of the peak.
That's great.
It's funny because when you're a kid, you're like, blizzard of 96, this is going to happen every year. I feel,
Anytime it snows, you're like, oh, here comes all the fun.
Right. It's going to snow 3.5 feet minimum every single winter. And we're just going to always have this. You don't realize that you're living like a penultimate moment of your childhood.
Yeah.
And that that's just that's almost how I grade every winter against.
Yeah, for all the little kids listening to this, because I know that's our demo, is cherish it. Okay? Cherish it. Because, one of the most fun things of snow is grabbing your bike and just fucking CKYing yourself, jackassing yourself right into a big pile of snow and just fucking falling off and getting into it.
I thought that was one of the things. So you get brave in snow, so you try to misty flip off of something.
Sure.
Do you know what that is? Like a flip with a half rotation, so you end up, it's a front flip.
No, I never liked
backwards.
flipping.
So it's with rollerblades, which I could never do. But you're just all of a sudden you have snow, you can't break anything. You're like, let me do this.
Yeah.
And to the point where I taught myself how to 360 on my bike, like a little bike, and I was landing in the snow. And every time I got to the point where I was landing in the snow, and I was like, well, clearly, if there was nothing there, I would
fire
perfectly,
hydrant?
Yeah, no, I would just perfectly land. And then as soon as spring came and I tried to put it into practice, I broke my ankle. And baseball season.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're like, I got this.
Yeah.
I've trained all of winter, and now it's going to be the same.
I trained
thing.
just jumping into the snow is what I did.
Well, also nothing better than doing any kind of physical activity and it's cold out and you're just your lungs are like fucking like working in overtime.
Yeah,
and
I'll
shit.
tell you what. There's also kind of nothing better, and this might be a product.
There can't be two nothing better.
Well, it's the same thing.
Brendan's
but at
law
different points.
says.
Brendan's law says you have to introduce yourself to all your neighbors.
Sagalow's law says you can't have two best things.
I see. Okay, well, this is Sagalow's law. Best thing number 2. Second best thing.
That's acceptable.
Okay, so there's nothing better.
We'll allow that. You go, Brendan's law number 2. Best number 2. Second best thing. You go, we'll allow that.
Natalie, open up a document. We need to make the Sagalow's best laws. Is one, snow days as a kid, obviously, everybody knows that. That's an unbelievable feeling. The freedom, like, I don't know if there's another 24 hours that you can make count as much as a kid can make count a snow day where you let them out.
Yes, it's the best thing in the fucking
Dude,
world.
we used to have this place called Hell Hill. It was right behind my friend Tommy's house, and it was a mountain, but it wasn't a hill. It wasn't a proper hill.
Right.
It was like a 3-foot path in the middle of just dense pricker bush. And so we've carved out this little like landing strip basically where we would take, a toboggan or a fucking tube or whatever and go down. But yeah, I mean, any kind of like, if
you could have turned and got your fucking eye poked out.
Often we did. Like often we'd come down and we'd have a squealer scar on our right fucking cheek.
That's hilarious. You guys
insane.
are like riding down the thorns that Simba jumped into.
Yeah, the briar patch.
Yeah, the briar patch. Yeah. Wow, briar patch is the secret word today, you guys.
Well, I also realized that I do remember that that ride because I've used briar patch as a descriptor about a lot of things, and that's 100% the origin.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I have all those rides like stuck in my head, so like I can see all of them.
Yeah.
I can even see the monorail.
So let me ask you, did you
please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados de las puertas.
That was really good.
Yeah,
that was really
yeah.
good.
He goes, this
Sorry.
this is the monorail to Magic Kingdom, making stops at
Animal Kingdom.
the Floridian. Yes, they do that. Animal Kingdom.
I know. I went. I saw the cheetahs.
Yes,
they were
you
awesome.
did. That's sick.
It was very fun. So we had this where it was like cleared out just for that. And did you have any of these like precarious, like they're yours, so they're the best. Like you figured out how this works. But if you look at it from just an objective view, you're like, this is like a death trap where this was the hill. And then, it had like a 15 feet runway of okay, you're alive.
Yeah.
And then there was a stream.
Yeah.
So it's like you had to bail from the sled as you're traveling Mach 3 down this hill that also has razor blades to the side of your cheek. And then also either bail or we built an embankment. You have to try to jump the fucking stream that was unjumpable. You just always ended up wet. But if you were a true hero, you'd fucking go for it. and all of the boys, that's the only way I got along with the kids. Because,
Getting pneumonia.
Dude, I got my ass kicked. We went back there, and one of the older I was there with my sister, who was one of the older kids of the block. So there's like this hierarchy.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the younger kids of the block that's like just getting invited to do things, but also reluctantly. Like, you stay there, you little fuck.
Yeah.
So we showed up to Hell Hill, and it was being used by the older brothers of our friends who were also our friends. They wanted to show off in front of my sister. How did they do that? They beat up her little brother.
Jesus Christ. Did it work?
Yeah, no. I mean, she did date one of them later, which I found as a betrayal. But
that is a betrayal. I would never not think about that.
No, he was honestly, he was like my older brother type.
Right.
But it was one of those.
Hey, sorry about that, kiddo.
I remember coming in like crying and like yelling about how I wanted to fight, and my mom
I
being
should have
like,
rocked them, and I should have sucked them.
From day one, just a blowhard ass, incapable of doing any actual damage. Just constantly yelling and describing what I would do, even though what happened just happened.
Yeah. You go, if I was, give me a second. You're Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
You're going,
I would have stopped 9/11
if he was on the
in
plane.
a hat-beat.
Yeah, I remember.
You know what? I'm glad 9/11 happened. I would rather that than a Boston guy stop it.
Yeah, of course.
And us have to owe that city?
Yeah. It would be a big loss.
There's some Yankee
It
fan
would
that
be a
like truly
big loss
believes that.
for
He's
Yankees,
like,
yeah.
I can't let some fucking Sox fan.
Yeah. It's like ever since they stopped 9/11. Now that's actually me from Boston. I go, yeah, you're gonna let the Red Sox win this one. Oh yeah, why should we? Maybe we'll let 9/11 happen. Anyway, I almost got my ass kicked by an older kid.
Yeah.
I got, it was scary. It was like an adolescent-y kind of like traumatizing. It's like the butterfly effect. It
Yeah.
felt like, we were at this Wendy's where I would after a couple years later work at the bowling alley across the street on Jericho Turnpike, the AMF. If anybody is from Syosset, that Wendy's. I was there with my boys, and we were young idiots, so we
Sure.
kind of trashed the place.
Oh.
Not on purpose. We weren't like, look at this, but we ate our food, like shoved it in our mouths, and it exploded everywhere, and we didn't clean it up.
Yeah.
Essentially, it wasn't any on purpose thing. But so we walk out. We didn't throw out our trays. Nothing. We're young idiots, and these teenagers were like fucking with us. And he was like, you go back in there, you clean that shit. He was 100% right, by the way.
Yeah.
But he was like, go back in there and clean that shit. And by the way, I had just been wearing, I had been wearing these. I asked my mom for boots because I was like, I want boots. I want like Doc Martens.
Uh-huh.
But she didn't know the brand of what I wanted, so she got these like fisherman boots thingies. Like they were like fisherman or some sort of German World War II boot. That's how I refer to them. I go, I won't call them Nazis. But like, so I had these like really
What do you
ugly...
mean? Like they laced up to your shin?
Yeah, they laced up pretty far up, not to the shin, but like pretty far up, and they were just like these boots. Like they were just boots. Like my mom probably got them for like $5 from some chimney sweep, and I was wearing them, and so the kid's like, "Go back in there, boots." You know, he's like making one of my boots. He's like, "Nice boots."
Oh,
I'm like, they are nice. He's like,
they are cool.
He's calling me a slur, the F slur.
Yes.
Yeah, and at one point, this is where it got scary. So, and I'll hold this against my friends for the rest of their lives. How
many?
It was me, my homie Jacob, and his cousin. No, my buddy Luke. So, there was us three, and I think my buddy Robbie. So it was 4 of us, and there were 3 of them, but they were teenagers. So, bigger. Right?
Yes.
And one of the kids is like really giving me shit because I'm giving shit back. Like my other friends were pussies. Y'all were pussies.
Were they walking away or they were like, yeah, let's go back and clean it up?
No, they were like, oh, sorry, man, we didn't. And I'm the fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I go, shut the fuck up. Yeah. I'm like, you go in there and clean it. You don't get to tell us what to do. Like, I really was such a stupid fucking asshole. And
you have never once considered consequences. Like, never in your entire life has it dawned on you, like, this is not a good idea.
My whole life, I looked at the entire world like it was snow. I was like, I could jump into this.
This is all the blizzard of 96.
I could jump into this. There's no consequences. Let me lift this up again, you fucker. And so I'm giving this kid shit, and he's giving me shit, and then they separate us. He goes, let me talk to you for a second.
Who separates you?
The kid that was like their leader of the group. There was actually 4
he
teenagers.
Extracts you from
one of them follows me on Instagram, by the way. This girl Emma, I think.
What up, Emma?
She lived in my neighborhood.
I should clip this.
Yes.
No.
Sees it.
Yeah, I'll send it to her. Tag Emma, you guys. And she lived in my neighborhood, and she was friends with them, and so there were 4 of them, 4 of us, but one of them was a girl. So who cares about that? No, whatever. And so. So he,
No, whatever.
so he's like, let me talk to you over here for a second.
Yeah.
And we're walking, and he's like, come over here.
Did he do the arm around you?
No.
There's no more helpless feeling in the entire world than when you're like in 5th grade and an 8th grader puts his arm around you like that and starts tough talking.
Oh yeah, that sucks. That
Yeah.
sucks. He didn't do that to me.
Okay.
We're walking. He wants to turn the corner, so we would turn a corner and just be away from everybody.
Oh.
And as we're walking to the corner, I went, I'm not going over there with you, bro.
Yeah.
And he was like, come on. And I go, no. And he's like, oh, you're a pussy. I go, no, I'm gonna go over there. You're gonna kick my fucking ass.
Yeah.
I'm not going over there. Kick my ass right here. And my so this is all happening.
Kick my ass right here.
Kick my
I'd
ass right
rather
here.
not walk.
Well, I was always someone who depended on the kindness of strangers.
Me, Brendan Sagalow, a man not familiar with consequences, would often open up my heart for those around me to help.
Oh, well,
I do declare.
I have always depended on the kindness of strangers, or at least the kindness of my fucking friends, who I would argue we're cool now because it was my bad. I put us in the situation.
Yeah. Oh, you've forgiven.
But if my friend got us at that age and for years after,
Yeah.
if my friend got into a situation,
Yeah.
whether I agree with him or not,
Mm-hmm.
you're jumping in.
Can I tell you something though?
Yeah.
It's always the asshole of the group that says that exact sentence. That
Sure.
is like, well, if you guys got into it,
That's so
and they
true.
never do,
That's
because
so
it
true.
never comes up. But you're like
Right. Well,
hoping for their endless generosity.
They got this figured out. So I thought my friends would jump in and be like, yeah, and there'd be a big scuffle.
Sure.
And nothing happened. And
No.
I don't know if I held it in or if I said it out loud to my friends, like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
You guys didn't help me at all. But I
No-
either
no
said
shot,
it in
no
here
punches,
or I
no
said it
nothing
out
was
here.
exchanged.
No. I ended up being like, fuck you. No. And I just started walking away.
And he did nothing.
And he did nothing. Pussy.
Yeah.
I mean, I am curious to what he may have said when we turned that corner. He could have swung at me or whatever.
He
or
would have beat you up. Yeah, 100%. He would have thrown you on the ground at the very least.
Yeah.
He would have tripped you. Like, that's the move,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like you
yeah.
walk somebody and you put your foot in front of them and
Yeah.
you trip them and then you flinch at them a bunch and then they
Yeah.
start crying.
Yeah.
You're like, no, fucking, my aunt owns at Wendy's.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. That's so true.
So it wouldn't have
Damn.
been that bad,
In
probably.
a whole other world, in another world, that did happen to you.
I will say this, though. It would have been a real necessary beating in your life. Like, you would have been a much different, maybe even a bit humbled.
Maybe if something, but even if some, like, I had that
Maybe aware of
serious
consequences.
fight that I got into. I got into a serious fight.
I
And
know,
I
but
was
you
still
don't
not.
remember it. That's
know.
the issue, is you got beat with a brick and you don't remember it.
I did get into. I mean, all the fights I've gotten into, the only fight that I got into that ever made me go like, okay, I gotta
Never get into that.
I
again.
gotta get into this is when you and I got into a thing
Yeah.
in McDougal when I kicked your ass. No, I'm just kidding. That's what it sounded like though. When I go, when you and
Yeah.
I had a discussion about the name of the show, and we got into a fight about it. No, wait, well, have we ever told that? Were we gonna
Not on this show. I don't know if we told that on a show, but that was a guy who so Brendan and I have been on the same side in 2 physical altercations.
Yes.
The first one being a show somewhere. I don't even want to say where, because
I don't even
apparently that
remember
guy
where.
rolled heavy too, so I don't want to necessarily.
Yeah.
But it was the owner of this restaurant who threw 2 St. Patrick's Day shows, one after the other, and Brendan and I were being paid decent, nothing crazy, but drinking the whole
Right.
thing.
We were
and
drinking,
the first
having a
show
good
was
time.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then the second show was so light, and they were like dehumanizing to Brendan.
Yeah.
And then I got on and immediately started going in on them because of how they were treating Brendan.
Yeah.
And then I walked off the stage because they were being like so awful to me.
Yeah.
And the owner of the bar, instead of like kind of apologizing for the scene that he just allowed to happen in
Right.
his show, came right at me and was basically like on some like Jenny from Forrest Gump shit, like, get your fucking sweet tits back on that stage. And I fucking lost my mind, got in his face. And
Imagine
this is
if
where
you got back on. You're like, sorry, you guys, little temper tantrum. Anyway.
and then somebody throws their drink at me, and I'm like, I deserve that. But like this is I think the moment, and not necessarily. There's a lot of these moments, but the real moment that solidified my friendship to Brendan forever.
Showed loyalty.
Is immediately there was not a second of hesitation of Brendan being like, yeah, we're fighting. Then we're fighting everybody in this fucking parking lot, and that's just what's gonna happen right now. We might get our ass kicked, but we're fighting fucking everybody. And then instead, the guy's wife drove us home.
Yeah, while we talked shit about the guy the entire time.
In fairness,
we were like, we were hammered.
Fired up.
We were fired up
at that
and
point,
hammered. I was definitely hammered. Like, can you believe that fucking guy?
Oh yeah, and then we got off in Queens. I didn't even live there. We saw Scopo on the street who was like 8 minutes sober. We grabbed him, forced him into a bar, and made him watch us drink whiskey for like 3 hours.
So that happened, and it was great. And then another time was this guy that just kind of got in our face. And we had been talking about, I think we were both like, like, fuck, I'm like pissed. Like something was going on. That Woodstock 99 energy was cooking up in us a little bit.
We had seen this guy on the street too, and he was doing a thing that I think enrages both of us, which is like, it's bullying. It's making people feel uncomfortable because they can't really defend themselves or they can't do anything. So he was just walking McDougal, and he's like a crust punk, like, looks like he's sitting with a fucking pit bull outside of Barnes & Noble with a sign that says, "Feed one of us, please." And he's just like, so gross and just sticking his phone in everybody's face, and it was kind of like blinking lights, so it made you like
red, blue, green, yellow, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it was like all fucked up. And Brendan and I were kind of keeping our eye on him for the whole street, and we were walking with Luke Moniz for a while, and we were like, what the fuck is up with that guy?
Yeah.
I don't know if we didn't necessarily wait for him, but we definitely like stopped and talked outside of the cellar for a minute. And then all of a sudden he was just in front of us holding the fucking phone, and we were like, get the fuck out of here, dude. And I tried to walk away, and he followed, and I was like,
you were like, dude, I will throw you through that fucking wall.
Oh yeah,
that was a cool line.
They had the outdoor settings there, and I go, buddy, the only thing that's gonna happen now is I throw you through that fucking wall right there.
Right.
And he's like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And Brendan,
this is where I fucked up.
It's not even a fuck up.
We could have walked away after that,
I guess, but it's also like I get really nervous ever since I had a kid, ever since I had my first son, and especially now with two. I just I now really think of consequences almost too much. So the immediate implication of like assault, like fighting is like real shit. Yeah. You don't want that on your fucking record.
You can die. You can get hit, fall to the ground, die.
Yeah, I mean, outside of even getting hurt, the legal implications, the fees, the paperwork.
Right.
Like I swear to God, that was literally going through my head.
Right. Hilarious.
I'm like, all right, I can't do this.
I made the mistake of hitting his phone out of his hand.
It wasn't even it was awesome though. I was like,
get the fuck out of my face.
It was an open hand. Get your fucking phone out of our face.
Yeah.
You slapped it and it frisbeed, and the guy,
he was like, why did you do that?
He did stop, right?
He said something. He was like, why would you do that? And I went, because you're fucking now we're talking. I go, because you're putting it in my face, man.
That's
it
right.
Sucks.
You reasoned with him for a moment.
For like a second. And I was like, that was gonna happen. What'd you expect to happen?
Yeah, and then he like reached his Hep C fingers right onto your jacket, and you guys start tussling.
Yeah,
and you're like,
he bumped me into you.
I'm right here. So I'm watching. You're here. He's here. Yeah. And I'm watching you guys tussle. And in that moment, you ever in Top Gun when you're like lock for tone or wait for tone, and you see the box go.
Yeah.
I literally saw a square on his ribs where I was like, I could turn that into kindling. And I was considering just fucking lighting this kid up. Paperwork, legal fees.
And strangers actually ended up just breaking it up.
Well, that's not so.
Which is
what
crazy.
I tackled the kid.
Yeah.
And then he turned to me. And I'm like, this guy might have a fucking knife.
Yeah.
And me, Johnny Paranoia, who jerks off to MMA videos and never
I thought you were gonna say Eminem.
I never have signed up for a class, will not do it, but I watch technique for moments like this, I guess. Just pulled him in as close as I could and was literally digging my fucking knuckle into the back of his skull and behind his ear.
You go, say when.
I literally said, I was like, I'm never letting you go. And then at that moment, I see the above me is all light at first, and then it got dark, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to get fucked up. I was like, 8 people are on top of me and I'm about to get fucked up because I didn't know what was happening. And then they pulled us to our feet and I still didn't let the guy go.
Yeah.
And then they pulled him apart and it was the bouncers from the cellar.
Oh, good,
and
good,
and
good.
a couple of the other people too.
Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of the only time I've ever gotten into a fight where I was like, okay, I have to like never do this again.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't be fighting anymore. This is crazy.
No.
But it used to be, it was so carelessly like a badge
It was just
of
an
honor.
option. It was an
option. You were like, all right, we'll kick each other's asses then.
Yeah.
Ah, rah, rah. You're young. You're kind of like these young animals being like, "Arr, arr, 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 arr."
Dude, especially at the bar. Like, if anybody was around Nyack, New York, 2005 through 2010,
Yeah.
there were, I mean, the streets ran red with bloods from fistfights and glitter from affliction shirts.
Yeah,
Because
that's
everybody, I mean,
hilarious.
they stopped even screening UFC events because it would just turn into a melee on the street
Yeah.
of dudes that were like, I could do that. And they just start fucking fisting each other.
Those dudes in those Ed Hardy t-shirts now, they must be, the guys that stuck with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, those poor souls. I bet some of
It's
them
back. Ed
are
Hardy's back.
hanging in their room from a fucking sparkly rope.
That's
Using one of the shirts.
That's the only way to do it.
But, so recently, I think I told you this, last year, there was a guy, maybe not last year, 6 months, it doesn't fucking matter. What are we, going back in time? What? So, I was walking,
Yeah.
and I told you this young psycho who started screaming at that homeless guy. You know the homeless guy that's like by the bodega that's like,
right.
change,
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
This guy just started screaming at him and being like, you're a piece of shit. You're a stain on this neighborhood. You should just die. And I'm just like, I'm like here, like, and I'm like looking at him and I'm like looking at everybody else and I'm like, oh man. And I just walked over and I was just like, hey man, stop. I was like, stop yelling at him. What's wrong with you? And he's like, you don't know this fucking guy. He screams at people too. He's always assaulting people, blah, blah. And I go, he's mentally, and I'm literally pointing at him going, there's something wrong with him. I'm like, can't you see he's not?
Look at him. His
he's like-
brain's no good.
Yeah, I go, can't you see he's going through something?
That's not a hot shower in
he
11
looks
months.
awful. Yeah, he's like, all right, man. He's like, I didn't even mind what the other guy was saying. You're getting personal.
I get the frustration of like, being screamed at by unwell people and being under duress all the time, especially from a neighborhood recurring thing.
Yeah.
But it does not reflect well on you to do the exact same thing.
Does not give you the right to do that to someone else. So I'm like, hey man, just leave him alone. And he's like, oh, and then he starts attacking me. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, Mr. Hero.
Yeah.
He's going, Mr. Hero. Gee. He goes, you live on this block?
What are you, Bobby Kelly at the beach?
Yeah. He goes, what? Yeah. He goes, what, do you live on this block? And I go, I'm not saying anything. Now he's on me. He's off the homeless guy, whatever. I'm gonna walk to the McDougal room, and I just start walking. And he's going like, what do you? He's going to me. He's like, where do you live on this block, man? You live on this block? And I'm like, I should have just said yes. I live right fucking there.
Yeah.
Fuck you. But I just wasn't saying anything. And then I walk into the olive tree, and he just keeps walking, like power walking. And this was my big thing. I came out. This is where I'm a coward, I would say. And I went, hey, and I called him a very bad word. I called him an F slur. Sorry. I got that Jonah Hill in me. And
That early 90s.
I got that mid 2000s Jonah Hill slur calling in me.
Did he do that?
He did that. He had apologized on late night.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he was like, I'm sorry, I got all, and I would say the same thing. I'm like, I don't talk like that, really. But, I got all fucking mad at this guy. And anyway, I was telling that story to a bunch of comics at Sesh once. And I called him and I was saying, like, I'm a coward. Like, why would I think I'm tough and I'm not. And then this younger lady comic.
You also stuck
Doesn't
your
really
head out
matter.
of your place of work and screamed a slur at somebody.
Yeah.
A place in the heart of those slurs.
Right. Right. You could do it in the basement.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, and I was telling him some comic I don't really know that well was like, you said the F slur, and I was like, yeah, but I was like, no, that's not really the point.
Yeah,
and she was like, and she got it wrong at first. She goes, he called you the F slur, and I went, no, I called him. She went, you said the F slur, and I was like, all right, well, I feel terrible about myself now. Jesus, I was just trying to have some fun with the boys.
this no fun clam came over.
Yeah, give me.
Start lifeguarding my language.
God damn,
Out of here, lady.
Stop giving me the thoughts I have when I'm alone after the story.
I mean,
during the story,
you're
I'm
correct,
like,
but
yeah, you
stop.
don't think I'm gonna be like thinking of that and being like, oh God.
That's how I had that story. I told that story on I think it just kicked in about when I was hammered and I was on the train and I like reached down and like grabbed the guy next to me's leg.
Yeah.
And I told that story and we almost got into a fight. It was awful. Like it shouldn't have. I was drunk. And I was asleep and whatever. But so of course the person that I like one person that I told were like, what if that was a woman? And I was like, yeah, it would have been much worse.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to say to that?
Yeah, you want to be like, you're kind of missing the point of the story. I'm not really championing.
I'm not looking to feel worse
myself here. Yeah, I'm not the hero here in the story.
I'm just telling you a fucked up thing that happened, and I don't need you to agree so viciously.
Right. What happened to being able to
Whatever happened
to being able to tell people fucked up things you did? Whatever happened to being like, I'm paying my fucking nickel by saying this right now. I'm like, I feel shame, but I'm telling you, like, these are stories. They're lores of humans.
That's right. Well, you can't. Everybody's got to be president. But everybody has to live.
Everybody's got to be president.
Everybody's got to live presidential, even though all the people running the world are having vicious sex with children. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
We all got to watch we got to mind our P's and Q's while people are taking private boats to an island to,
especially the Q's,
scuba. And
we got to mind our LBGTQs. Anyway, before we close, we'd like to say a special thank you to Kelsey, who made these awesome water pipes. Like water
tobacco pipes
with the well pointed out AI cartoon we used.
Guys, we never knew that was going to be that was going to come back so hard in our face when we were
immediately.
AI.
We didn't we never know when anything's going to
be
hitting us in
also,
the face.
do you think that we edited the package together? Like,
I didn't
you think
touch
the
it
two
at
of
all.
Us are sitting down, coming up with the opening to fucking Fart Carnival. By the way, the music is not AI.
Music's not AI.
No, by Ethan Klee. He's the man.
Check out Ethan Klee and check us out on the road. Punchup.live/Brendan Sagalow.
Punchup.live/Mike Cannon. I'm all over the place, guys. I'm in Wilmington, Delaware by the time, Pottstown. February, I'm all at Hamden, Connecticut at the Space Ballroom in February, which is going to be awesome. I'm at the Dojo in Morris Plains in February. March, I'm doing a Louisiana run. I'm doing a Michigan run. A lot of stuff, and I'm going to be filming this hour at some point this year. But I might kick the can down the line a little bit to do that. So.
And I'm going to be at the Riot in Houston, 20th and 21st in Houston, Texas.
Get well, Brian. He just suffered a mini stroke. I saw on Instagram.
Get well, Bri.
Yeah, he's the owner. He's the man.
Oh, also these cool Pokemon things that Kelsey made of us.
Kelsey, seriously, we're underplaying how awesome you are. You sent us these awesome pieces, these water pipes, and Pokemon cards for each of us. You're incredibly we're incredibly grateful. Thank you very much.
It's very cool. Thank you for choosing Charizard to be my guy.
That's right, guys.
That makes me feel real good. We'll see you guys next week.
It's a Fart Carnival.